record and do a show, do radio, right? And I come into the studio and I do. Part of my duties does not include doing any recordings for the office. Maybe according to that is the thing that's been drawn up for you,
right?
But then you see something going wrong with the recording and you step in and say, oh, can I can, just because there's that urge to want to be excellent,
right,
which
is supposed to be the goal,
which is supposed to be the goal. But when the company has given you an incentive or just is making you happy by giving you an extra, not for the job done, just because if something is about to happen, you should step in.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, beautiful lady.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Well, very well, thank you. Oh, but is that you? Do I smell you?
That's me. You caught me this time.
I did.
Chioma BBB, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Nyebuchi, how are you?
I'm good. GiftedGoddess.
That's me, oh.
Only one.
Oh, I love you, ladies. Like I love you.
We love you
Stop
too.
it, we like it.
My day.
Oh, that is beautiful.
I wouldn't say much on this, but one thing I would say is that incentive can only come from a grateful heart.
From a grateful heart.
Yes, it's a matter of heart. It's only those who have kindness in them can give us incentive.
Right.
You get incentive is like a boost.
Right.
Motivation. It motivates. When you feel like your job is being done perfectly, it's like giving out some stipends to boost their morale. Yes, that's what some of those incentives work at. So you can only get it from people who are grateful, who can easily appreciate people, not from an ungrateful people.
Yeah.
You know.
No, but then you say ungrateful. He hired you.
Why
He's
should I
paying
be
you your
grateful
salary.
that you hired me? That I hired you to do a job.
This is it. Sometimes there are some kind of work that just gives one pleasure.
Right.
Out of the pleasure of the heart, you just feel like, oh, this is so good, and you just feel like giving out. I like your job. You just give out stuff, and the next job, you just see the people performing perfectly well. It's not like it's part of the rule, but it's just that one part that just comes from the human heart that you just want to add to it to just make everybody feel good at the end of the day. So that's it.
All right.
Okay.
It's about the heart. Hi, GiftedGoddess.
Yes, please.
I haven't gotten my card.
Oh, you haven't? I'm so sorry. I would.
Goddess,
you know what? Can you drop a message, please? Drop a message. Just say hi.
Okay,
yeah, we'll see it now. Yeah. Thank you so much for the reminder, Onyebuchi. Thank you so much.
Welcome. I love you.
Thank
All right.
you.
Love
We
you
love
too.
you too.
Even
Hello.
Charles.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
sir. Who's speaking?
Yeah, my name is Dayo.
Okay, Dayo, could you help us turn down the volume of your radio, please?
I'm so sorry, I've done that already.
Muchas
fantastic.
gracias.
Thank you
Please
so
go
much.
ahead.
Okay, my greetings to you, grateful goddess with a nice voice.
Oh, thank you very much.
CBB.
Yeah,
sir.
CBB.
Sir.
CBB.
Oh, stop it. I like it. Why are you tottering?
Wow.
No.
Stop it. I like it. Say it.
Okay, talk to us,
Don't worry,
Dayo.
somebody's for me.
Hey.
Amen. In advance. Amen. Before people reduce my bride price, I'm a single happy gay. Go talk.
I know, I'm just prophesying.
We receive.
Twins, that is it. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry?
Go ahead.
Okay, so incentive is a word in the dictionary. That means that action exists. So if there's no need for incentive, there will not be a word referred to as incentive.
Right.
Okay? Some people may call it commission and what have you. But incentive is something that it's not actually your right, but act of benevolence of whoever is giving an incentive, he or she gives. In any company, in any place of work, incentive is important. Now, it may not even be a place of work. As a husband, there's a way I can show another word for incentive, if you like. You can say appreciation. So, if as a husband, that's where I can appreciate my wife. As a wife, I can appreciate my husband by kind words. So it's just because we are looking at it monetary-wise.
Monetary.
Okay, in some like where I work, somewhere I worked before, the incentive was that after I did a good performance that particular year, I was given a flight ticket to and fro to Cairo. 3 good days, weekend. I'm telling you.
So when they are giving you another one, can I pay for you?
Yes, I'll let you know.
So we can come along.
If they're not going to beat yeah, you can come along. So incentives exist, and for example, you're working on Super FM,
right?
And you're supposed to be maybe throughout the day presenter for on the radio,
right?
And essentially, your guy who's supposed to take over from you for a particular time is not there,
right?
And you're always available to help out every now and then. Why can't you be incentivized?
Right.
So that's normal.
Thank you for
that.
that.
And I want to encourage all the employers of labors to do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dio.
Thank you.
You see, that was absolutely.
I've not said anything about this matter.
Apt. That was apt.
I hear you, and I agree with you to a very large extent. I think that in this man's thoughts, incentives are my incentive to you, as far as he's concerned, is I promote you when it's time to promote you. When you're
doing the job,
you're delivering on the job as should.
And with promotions comes with extra.
I can increase your salary. That's not an incentive. It's just because maybe I've looked at the economy and and then you're also delivering, so I'm able to increase your salary as should. That is not an incentive. So, in his opinion, doesn't he have a point? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning,
sir.
What is your name and where are you calling us from?
It's Toby calling from Bariga.
Toby. All right.
Yeah.
Talk to us, Toby. Good morning.
Actually, as the saying goes, to whom much is given,
much is expected.
And if you are saying you can't give me more than what I'm to get, then you should not expect more than what I bargained for when I took the job.
But I bargained for excellence in your own job.
Yeah, I bargained for excellence, but my excellence, whatever I do is my excellence. Whatever I can do, my best is my excellence. So I don't need to go extra mile.
Right.
That's interesting.
But once you see me go extra mile at one point, well, like, wow, this is a good one. And even just it doesn't need to be monetary. Just come and appreciate me.
Right.
It gives me the morale. It improves the employee's performance.
Right.
And it gives me morale, give me a boost to do more.
So if I don't give you an incentive and I just come and say, "Oh, well done, that's good enough."
If you don't give me an incentive, I shouldn't do more. So you get. But when you just like a child does something in the house and he or she does it good, and you call the child and say, "Oh, wow, you good." And next time he or she wants to do something more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
To receive the accolades more.
Okay.
So, I should just look at that and try and see how to make things balance and they get what they also get a product.
All right. Thank you so much, Toby.
Thank you, Toby.
One thing that the analogy Toby used about children, it was literally at the back of my mind. And I thought to myself, if a child does something right, it's only right that you appreciate them. And once you do that, they would always want to do it so that they get that appreciation from you. And leaning back to what Toby had said, where he says, "Oh, I do something and you want your excellence." Of course, if using Mr. I can't quite remember his name right now, his analogy of Mr. Dio working at a radio station and somebody about to hand over and the person is not here and decide to stay.
If your KPI says that part of
what if your KPI does not say that?
So if it doesn't, then there's a different thing. But if your KPI says that you are also going to be substituted at certain times that are not mentioned, well, it is this. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Anthony.
Hi,
Anthony.
Mr. Anthony. Where are you calling us from?
Yeah. I'm calling from Yaba.
Yaba.
Right. Please shoot your shot.
Okay, this is the two speakers. They spoke very well. Thank God for them. In addition, I just want to say that if I am supposed to hand over or close my job for the day by 4 p.m., and you are the boss, you are in the office, you expect me to wait, and I waited. Today you don't even expect me to do extra job. I do it, and you don't appreciate me, and I don't get any even appreciation, a word of appreciation from you. I will not do it again because I'll be working in the vain. That's number one. Number two, that fellow that sent that thing to you, if you check very well, he must, or she, I don't know if he said a man or woman, whoever the fellow is, that person might not have worked anywhere before. it might just have been blandly sort of, somebody who just met the work there and he just was not saying. He never worked before. If he had worked somewhere before and he understands these things exist, he not go do what they do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think it's very important to emphasize that he's talking about incentives. He's not talking about mentioning that you're doing well, because I can come and mention that you're doing well. There are no incentives to this.
So what is it? Incentive could be in form of words. It doesn't have to be monetary.
And let's not also forget that I don't want to think this affects your overtime pay. So if you are supposed to end at 5 and there's a mission that's put on you that you're supposed to do that will last you till like 7, 8, you should be getting, that's a standard.
From the look of things, I don't even think that this man would even give an extra cash.
It's not
for
extra
someone who's
cash.
staying,
No,
for someone or overtime pay.
See,
I don't think that
it
this
is
person
your
will give
right
overtime pay.
to get overtime pay. He says, and I'm going to quote this very succinctly again. He says, my boss was giving us what was supposed to be pep talk, and he said he doesn't believe in incentivizing staff members. As far as he's concerned, why should I be bribing you to do your job to the best of your ability? Isn't that the reason I hired you? He said his protocol is to promote people who are delivering only when it is time and because they meet their KPI, and no one should expect any incentive for excellence. So I tell you the downside of incentives, and hold on here, don't come for me.
Okay.
I'm just saying, some people are going to be behind kissers. Some people are going to be suck-ups. Some people are going to be trying to show working that they're not quite working.
Yes.
But they like to show that they're working. So you're going, because there's an incentive waiting, people are always trying to prove that they are worthy of the incentive. So that's going to take away from people. What about those?
Then he should actually pray for the spirit of discernment to tell who is doing the job just because they want to be
discernment.
Yeah, no, because at the end of the day, if someone does something that is an extra, or someone goes out of their way to not just be excellent but be beyond excellent in a particular task that you have allotted to them, it's only right that it doesn't have to be monetary. I think we're looking at it from the monetary aspect. It can be just, oh, thank you so much for that, I really appreciate you that you have to take
an incentive though.
That's what I'm saying. Could incentive be words?
It's a thing.
It's a thing. So we cannot quite say that whether it's
encourage someone.
Words could be motivational. Exactly. Words could be motivational. Tell me that, oh, you're doing amazing. Oh, I like the sound of your voice. Oh, you've done this. Oh, guess what? I will be my best every other day. Every single day.
But why do you need a pat on the back to be your best every single day? It's something that encourages the person to do something by offering them a reward. Your reward, why should I offer you a reward to do what is supposed to be the reason I hired you?
No, what if you go a little extra? Going out of your way.
That's why when it's time to measure KPIs, I should be able to promote you upon the delivery above and beyond. But voice notes?
Well, we have a voice note.
Hello, this is Bumi from Ilasa, Ota, Ogun State. I think that one is very stingy, man or woman. I think if you want the best from your staff, you have to give incentives. Fine, you hire them and there's an agreement on the payment or how much you're going to be paying them. But all those extras, you make them even go extra mile. They'll go way beyond what you even expect them to do. So it's his choice, because, he said he doesn't believe in it. But I pray he or she changes his or her mind and do the right thing. Again, Bumi from Ilasa, Ogun State. I'm Capricorn, January 1st. Bye now.
2 days before me.
And to add to what I said before, this is still Bumi from Ilasa, Ogun State. Incentive motivates, it encourages to do more. I think I said that before, but that motivation, everybody wants something to motivate them to do more. Everybody needs, let me not say wants, needs a kind of motivation. If the man wants his business to go, far higher than he expects, he should motivate his workers, because if he's not motivating them, he's doing himself down too hard. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Bumi.
I like that Bumi said his business. Guess what? If my job at a particular office is to be the secretary of that job,
right,
and I'm doing it diligently, following my KPI and doing all of that without receiving any incentive, who says that if I see an opportunity outside of that office that could bring business to that office. Oh, I'm following my KPI. It doesn't give me incentive. And you don't step forward to say, oh, sir, I could have a link that would bring business for us. Do you think he'll get that business?
Do you think this man
because
is coming from...
it's not their job description to do marketing.
Yeah, I get you.
Right?
So, no. What I'm saying is, do you think that this man is probably coming from a place of, they don't show me Pepe, or they have abused the incentives that have been, incentivization thing that has been done in the past? Could it be possible that he's coming from there?
I think it's possible. Or is he trying to make them see reasons why they should not kiss his behind? Yeah. And then he would genuinely try to find people who would be excellent and go beyond excellence. Because if you want someone to push your business without even saying...
Yes, but guess what?
Anything.
Where is the boundary of incentivization? Because a lot of times, again, I can say, oh, I'm giving incentives for people who are worthy, but that's a personal thing. Now, as a boss, you're like, if you're a team leader, is the team leader that gets the accolade, except they mention that no, I'm not the one that did it, it is this other person.
That's why there are reports that should be sent in.
The reports that is being sent in by who to who?
From whoever to maybe HR.
Last your report go pass through your lines manager.
You copy HR. I don't understand. You copy everybody copyable. If you did something good,
system that you work for
exactly. Like I said,
but I think that the concept of incentivization, and I'm not against it. However, I think that there's a high tendency of abuse of incentivization. So I think that the man is probably coming from somewhere. He does have a point, however, and I think it's very important for all of us to remark the fact that if as a person hired to do a job, your job is to do the job excellently. It's not about the person that you're doing it for. It's about you getting so good at it and leaving the marks that you should leave, so that when you leave that place, it will be obvious how you have impacted the place.
Exactly.
Whether you were incentivized or not. Beyond incentivization. But and maybe there is a situation that has led to this conversation, because why would you be giving pep talk and just throw in the incentivization conversation?
I honestly think, like you earlier mentioned, experiences are what shape people, individuals. And with this man, I think that maybe something had happened in the past that may have instigated him to say, I'm not giving you money.
Instigated, I love that word.
I'm not giving you any money. See, you have to do the work that they brought you here for.
Yes.
Do the work that you were hired for.
Imminent.
Because abuse is imminent. But then again, you don't want to have to say this to people who are working hard. Because out of the people that are there...
Can we just say that
guess what?
Saying what he said actually has no business with you doing your job and doing it well.
No, so guess what? You have told them that I do not give incentives whatsoever.
Right.
As a boss.
Right.
If as a secretary, like I earlier mentioned, the example I gave, I have an opportunity or a link that could bring business for that organization. Guess what? I'm not going to do it.
No, but wait.
Because it's not part of my job description, neither is it part of my KPI, but I'm being excellent at being a secretary.
No. If the market, incentivization includes percentage if you get job inside. That's
so if you don't give me incentives, well, what's my job? My job is not a market. I'm not a marketer. I'm not the head of marketing. I'm just a secretary.
I'm not the family.
I will just sit in front and say, sir, you want me to type document? I type here. You want me to do this? I will do this. I will give it to you. What is my job description? I will follow my job description to the letter without even doing anything extra, even if it's going to be beneficial for the company. Even if it's going to be beneficial, I will just take a back seat and say, oh, there's something where I go drop now, nothing will come.
Let's take one last call and then we wrap this up. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. My own take is this.
What's your name, sir?
Okay, Wale.
Okay,
talk to us, Mr. Wale.
Wale from Ikeja.
Okay, right. Great to have you on the show, Wale. Talk to us. Hello, Wale, can you hear us?
No.
Hello?
Don't go.
I can hear you.
Okay, fantastic. All right, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, so let's look at it this way. It's an English word, incentive. Okay, so the other side of incentive is extra work. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, like somebody said in your studio,
yes.
if a secretary does a job that is not in her purview, his or her purview, something that's not supposed to be his own job role, okay? He does such a thing. That person is going outside his KPI or whatever to do that assignment. If he or she does such an assignment oftentimes and it brings credit to the company, to the organization, he or she should be appreciated. If it's a letter from the HR alone that is saying that we have recognized your immense support to the whatever of this whatever, that's okay. And so there's no way, if there's, like one guy called, he said, if there's no incentive, there won't have been that word in the dictionary.
Right.
Incentive exists. Incentive exists. So we should learn to appreciate people when they do well. And if you want to make it much more touchy, because it's money we're talking about, make it monetary. However, I also want to argue that it must not be monetary
right.
to encourage somebody. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wale. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. And I think that's a fair place to wrap things up.
Yeah.
I think one thing we should remember is that incentive applies to external influence. So, you're inciting a certain action from that person, pushing them to do more. You're persuading that person or that organization, to alter their behavior to produce better performance.